There we go. Sorry about that. Makes a lot more sense now. You're gonna hear me twice now, just to double check. Double check. All right. Okay, we're good. Sorry about that. About to turn into that one guy, that chocolate guy, who streamed Team Fortress. He had nothing but echoes of his voice the whole time. Hilarious. Okay. I think that's good. Hopefully you can hear me all right and everything. See if we can play some stuff. I'll try to. I'm gonna tune down. See if we can play with some Van Halen. Bear with me here as I do this. Beauty of having a hardtail guitar, though. I have a 7-string that I blocked the bridge on. But it's not the same to have like having a ability to like do drop D and do alternate tuning stuff. A lot of stuff I play is half a step low, sometimes a whole step low, like old Racer X stuff. Maybe we change the sound too just a little bit. Actually, it's probably sound fine. It's cool to play that part. Just do like that. If you don't have a flanger or phaser. Sounds pretty good, man. Alright, let's play something. Alright, let's see if I can do it. I gotta hit That's a fun one to play, man. That's a cool one. Hopefully everything's lining up. So let's do see how this one does. I don't know how this is gonna go. Oh, he's a whole step low. All right, we're going down a whole step. We'll see how this goes. I would definitely completely reset my guitar up if I actually like was gonna play a whole step low. I know I'm gonna pull this thing out of tune. I just gotta take it quick. Harder to pick. Like, I can't pick as hard. That sounds heavy, bro. The strings are so sloppy. It's weird. Alright, let's see if I have pulled it out of tune. Of course I have. Should be good now though. One more actually sharp. I don't know how that happens. Alright, let's try it. Here we go. Oh, I messed up. I'm so sorry. Let me restart that. It's been so long, man. Excuses. I gotta try that again. It's been a lot. It's been quite some time. I think. What's a better? Maybe this one. Sounds like a better lead tone to me. All right. Tune up one more time. Okay. I have not done this part in so long. I kind of want to do it again. It feels so weird on these strings, dude. Like it's like effortless to play. In fact, it's like kind of like a negative. Bend too far or do too much. Not even meaning to. Okay, back to it. I don't really remember, I'll be honest with you. I think it's this one now. Oh shit. This part's really cool because he's got this like that's tough to pick, man, on these sloppy strings. But he's got this. What's the part he goes to? There's a specific part. Listen up. I didn't even meet. These strings have so much slack in them. I have to think about what it is. Alright, let's play something else. I don't know what another good thing is to play right now. Maybe let's put on like a backing track or something. Hey, thanks, buddy. If you're in here, at least. I appreciate you. I don't know if there's anybody in here right now, but if you're watching, I appreciate you. Deep Haunting Ballad. Oh, that's an elevated one. I'm not a huge fan. Oh, let me retune my guitar. Talks amongst yourselves. If there's anybody watching that has any questions or anything, though, you know, feel free. That's kind of why I'm doing this. I do some during the week, some streams during the week, and I usually get a few people that pop in, ask questions, or, you know, speak about technique stuff. That's kind of my specialty on guitar, I would say, if I had such a thing. But also, it's to bring this cool music to people who might not have heard it before, like Viking Kong. Viking Kong is such a cool song, dude. And if people haven't heard Viking Kong before, I feel like it's kind of a service of mine to try to expose people, especially because it seems like. So I was in a stream. This guy changed something. I can't remember his name, but it was on Twitch, and he plays. Well, I can't remember. Frets on Fire or something, or whatever that game is that people can play actual guitar with. Rocksmith maybe. And I came in there. And I was like, hey, he was like, yeah, you guys feel free to request songs and blah, blah, blah. So I typed in, I typed in, I think I Scarified or something like that, maybe. I feel like that's a pretty, I'm not asking him to play, you know, YRO or something like that. Or not YRO, that's, Skiscat Wah. I'm not asking him to play something like that. That's like hugely demanding. I think that's not a terrible thing. And he got so mad, man. He like just went on this rant about how people come in and ask for hard guitar music. He could play it, but he doesn't want to, and how I should learn better music. He said, how about this? Learn better music, man. How about that? And he timed me out. I was like, dude, my first time ever talking in there, and he was all down my throat, man. But, you know, it is what it is. I didn't mean any offense or anything, and I suppose maybe I was just like the, you know, umpteenth person that day that said something to him about playing a tough song. I didn't, you know, I figured he could play it. He seemed like he was pretty good at what he was doing. I thought I didn't, and it's kind of cool to get it out there for people to hear. But that's neither here nor there. Let me turn back to my other setting. But yeah, I feel like it's my duty to kind of try to let people hear good stuff like that. Even though I'm pretty sure I might get a strike for that one. I don't think I'm not monetized, so maybe I won't. But just trying to play with it as much as I could. See what happens. See how this sounds. Let's see, E minor. I haven't played this one in a while. I got this other one too I've been trying to work in. It's gonna be tough to do. Oh, and then my E string breaks. I had a feeling doing multiple tunings was gonna do it. It was kind of a test actually. I think I got a burr on the saddle. Let me swap guitars real quick. So no more alternate tuning stuff right now, unfortunately. This one I can kind of bring the camera in closer, huh? Ooh, up close and personal. There we go. Nice. Perfect. Man, this guitar plays so well. It's crazy. Alright, so maybe I won't play anything right now. I'm already, holy crap, almost half hour into this live stream. Let's, how about we talk a little bit about some things that I should be showing you guys. I suppose I was going to go over, yesterday I had a few ideas about stuff to go over, and I just wasn't playing well, and I didn't post the video. I could go back over some of that stuff I covered yesterday. But a lot of the stuff that I like to show off is things that's going to help build dexterity. I talked about this yesterday, and I talk about it most live streams. The most important thing I think you can do is you can work on the legato, because with legato comes the picking. One comes before the other. You have to have the hand strength first. Paul Gilbert talked about that before too, about how that's the first thing that he really pushed himself on was, he couldn't do the picking, but he sure could do like the hand side of things. And so that's an important thing, I think. And we can just take our normal position here in A minor or C major. And just, that's the lick, man. The reason why that's the lick is because I'm using my ring finger and my pinky. Which on your fretting hand, that's the hardest guitar move, for sure. Or those two fingers. They're always the treble fingers. Right? So, working them with the other fingers like this and keeping everything strong, what a lot of people do is they'll use like a fretting position like this, and I don't really think that's advantageous. I would say to try to keep your thumb above the top of the round of the neck, and try to turn this finger sideways. This first finger right here, I'm kind of locking in pretty tight on this knuckle of my first finger right here, and pushing against that right here, like pushing back with my finger into this knuckle of my hand. And that's allowing me to really get a good anchor and allow my fingers to move freely and solidly. And so if I start slow, I gotta get my hand squared away. I'm like watching myself to make sure you guys can see it too, sorry. And we can speed it up slowly, right? But the key is to feel the roundness of it. Every note needs to be represented equally, okay? That's a really cool one. We can work it through the positions, right? The toughest one's the first one, though, for sure. Because we're using that dreaded pinky and ring finger combo. This is why a lot of people give a lot of people flack for, a lot of guitar players flack for not playing with all their fingers. And I don't think that's, I think I talked about that a little bit yesterday. I think that's so dumb. If the desired sound is there, then why does it matter, you know? I like this neck pickup sounds. It's the perfect in between. It's the perfect in between a single coil and a humbucker. It is a humbucker technically, but because it's so small, it's got a lot of characteristics on like a low volume. It's got a little bit of a smaller sound, which I like. And then of course the split is insanely good. So good, man. If I had like a it's got that clean kind of quack, and the second position is even better. Yeah, anyways, I can't really play that kind of style. Yeah, but that lick, get it on a low gain setting like I have here, and try to get it to sound round. Out the positions like we did, and so on and so forth. And then we can do it on every string if you want to. This right here, descending like this, having to pick up that the strong position you have, is the tough part. You can pick the first note too if you want to. That's what. This way, when you start adding the picks in, I'm just, you know, I'm doing a variation of that. That's all I'm doing. I've just added some picks in, right? And I think an in-between sound of those two, you know, having some picks and some legato in there is kind of the whole key. So try this one too. This one's pretty cool. This is like based off of like an Yngwie lick. Yngwie did like the or whatever his thing is. I don't know. I think he would probably go. Or that's so hard. I'm so dumb. I keep looking at myself, and I should just stop watching myself on my screen. Yeah. Anyways, this lick, we go up and down, and the key to this is trying to think about your pinky more than anything. We're relying on the pinky to go both up and down. The picking hand, you know, is nice to have practice doing the alternate picking thing, but it's not the focus here. The focus is focusing on the pinky. And trying to get it to be comfortable going up and then down. That's tough to do. I'm doing it quick like that, I should say. Tough stuff. That's a really cool lick, and that one will help with the syncopation of the fingers too, which I wasn't doing great with there. But you should be able to hear a pick per note. Like that. Something like that. But yeah. So if there's anybody watching that has any questions or anything, please be sure to speak up, because I would love to answer any questions you guys have. I can just keep going over some licks and some ideas too. I'll probably go for, well, a little bit longer. If there's nobody talking, I'll probably end it a little short. New Call of Duty came out. I know my cousins and my brother want to play, so might hop on that for a little bit. We can talk about some simple stuff too. I've been teaching some class stuff on ZZ Top and trying to get used to using your other fingers on your hand while you're picking. And so, what was it called? I think it's Tush. Or is that LaGrange? I can't remember which one that is. You know, just get the whole lot. That whole thing. There's a good that lick right there is really good for getting them work together, because at the beginning you have to do it together, and then we're thumb, fingers, thumb, fingers. Which is pretty cool. That's a cool one. Let's see, what else can I show you guys? I went over that Rick Graham lick last time. I think the way to practice any of that arpeggio stuff, the arpeggiations, if you do your all of your chords, I think we did this last time, but I'll go ahead and go over it again real quick. If you do it over your chords, like if I do the C major scale with the sevens, so C major 7, C major 7, C major 7, C major 7, dominant, and then back to that's my relative minor there, right? And then I have a minor 7 flat 5, right? And then back to my major. If we use, I've gone over this before, but if it's important to learn those in different positions, right? Like for example, I like playing dominant over and I'll call this an E position, right? Obviously I'm an A, but I'm holding an E chord, right? So if we're kind of referring to what the caged method would say, which would be that this is an E shape, right? A type of E shape, right? I'm thinking of the notes within this and trying to think to myself, you know, where like I'll use the dominant shape a lot, right? The dominant shape. I have these two minor 7s I'm throwing in, right? I like to use that shape a lot. Well, it's because I figured out the chords of the 5th degree of the scale, or the notes of the 5th degree of the scale in that position, right? And so I can always call on them. I like to use other dominant shapes in this position too. I'll use like dominant on 4 as well. Like that was a dominant on what I would call 1. We're borrowing it. We're using it as a. We're playing it over 1 because in blues we got the major 3rd and also the minor 7, which is a lesson for a different time. But in this case right here, I would play dominant over 1. Right, and then over 4, I would also play dominant. Right, I would also play it over 5 too, which 5 should be dominant. right? So it's important for me to know all of those notes for those different degrees. Obviously, I'm playing dominant over everything, but I can't just know dominant based off of my A shape, right? Based off of this shape. I have to know it based off of this shape as well. My major 7 shape, or dominant shape, I should say. Sorry, that's dominant. Yeah. So what I would say is to work. Rick Graham has this really cool lick, which we'll descend in, but this is pretty much the gist of it, right? We're doing a C major 7 with that pattern, like that, right? Once we get to this note, we're sliding down and continuing with the same position. I'm just coming back to my C shape of that same thing. Right? I was in the D shape up here, or I guess I was in the A shape, I should say. Sorry. It's my A shape, and I'm coming back to my C shape back here. And then I'm going to go down half a step and do the same exact thing again. Sorry. So that's pretty much what the progression is. If I get this. But yeah, that's kind of the. I would say if you could take something like that has a cool little ending to it, and then just to practice. I'm not saying this would be something you do in the song, but maybe we start by doing all of our positions, all of our regular positions, I should say. Right, and we'll just go through all of them. Sorry. Oops. And maybe right there, once we get to the top, we can descend in the same pattern. That's where we'll start it right there. And your positions are pretty simple. You can look this up anywhere. I need to practice myself, as you can tell by how I just played it. But we have major is the chord that's built up the first degree. In this case, it's major 7, right? That's have a hammer on the A string, and then another hammer on the G string, and then another hammer on. I like doing, there's 3 notes up here. I like doing it like with the stretch, which can be a little bit difficult. But that's the shape. I like to do hammer-ons and pull-offs on the way up with alternate picking. And you'll see I switch to, here I switch to... I switched to picking there, right? Man, I'll sweep on the way down. Second position, or I should say second degree, is minor, right? I'm going to play minor 7. Like that. This is a pretty popular shape. I think like Jason Becker would play it from back here. He wouldn't play minor 7 though, I guess, would he? He'd play a big triad, I think. We're going to put that 7 in. Minor again for 3. Half a step to major for 4. Whole step to 5, which is dominant, so we have a minor 7 this time, right? Instead of our major 7, we have a minor 7. Changing one note, but it actually happens twice, so it's 2 notes that we have to change. This one back here, right? Instead of that one. Onto our relative minor. That's just a regular minor shape again. And then we have our minor 7 flat 5. This one's pretty cool. It differs from our... That's the different note between our fully diminished. We have a minor 7 there. Or is that, right? Yeah, minor 7 versus a flat or diminished 7, right? Oops. Right, that would be our tryout, our big tryout. But... Sorry, I kept hitting the wrong note. And then we're right back to our big major. And that's where we can come down to the big Rick Graham lick from there. Okay, I guess I'm gonna get off. Doesn't look like anybody's too chatty today. I promised you guys I would do a Saturday stream. Here we are. If you're watching this back, please leave a comment. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help your guitar playing. I would be more than happy to give any tips or tricks or anything, or show anything that you saw today. I hope everybody has a great day. Hello, John Bergman. Do you use the same pick slant on the low strings as the high ones? Interesting question. I would say yes. It depends on where I'm at in a particular lick, though. I think if I'm like, if I'm catching the higher strings on an upstroke, I would have to say that I would have a tendency to kind of pull my finger back like this. I don't know why I do. It's nothing I've really like tried to do, but like if I see I'm kind of pulling my finger up and but if I started a lick, yeah, it'd be the same. It's the same thing. You see when I'm doing my upstroke, sometimes I'll let my thumb go. That wasn't very clean, sorry, but yeah, I would say it's probably the same. I think so. And again, it's where it's at in the lick, like. But even then, on the lower strings, I would still be doing the same thing. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same. I think if you're thinking about pick slant as far as like where it goes on the guitar, that's not, or where it goes on which string. I would say it's more so about what picking you're doing. Is it a downstroke or an upstroke? Because pick slant would only really, for me at least, dictate where I escape, right? So if I am downward pick slanting like this, right, my pick is slanted down right here. If you can see that, it's at a 45-degree angle or so. That's easy for me to escape the string on an upstroke. I'm into the strings on a downstroke. I'm out of the strings on an upstroke, right? Well, if I reverse that and I have the pick as a upward pick slant like this, well, I escape the strings on a downstroke. I'm into the strings on an upstroke, right? And so a lot of like Paul Gilbert stuff, like he's upper pick slanter sometimes. Right, and I have to be, so I need to escape on an upstroke and then come back into it on a downstroke. I'm sorry, escape on a downstroke and come back into the strings on an upstroke. Like in that case, the reason why is because down, up, down. Well, I'm inside picking here, right? Downstroke there, upstroke here, right? But yeah, but then if I did the reverse of that and I did it ascending, I would catch every string on an upstroke, right? So I would downward pick slant like this, right? So every new string's an upstroke. You can see I have downward pick. Right? You can see I'm kind of keeping. And there, as I'm descending, I'm upward pick slanting a little bit more, right? Because I have to catch those new strings on an upstroke. And as I'm descending. As I feel us in there. You can see it change. As I ascended there, I was upper pick slanting, or downward pick slanting, and then I changed to upper pick slanting. And as Troy Grady says, this inevitably falls all over the place if you're just trying to play a 3-note string scale all the way up, right? The first time, the string's on an upstroke. The second time, it's on a downstroke, right? So you want to have that upper pick slant a little bit. Right, so I have to, right there I was doing a little string hopping, which I don't know why I do when I slow it down, but. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question, man. I'll play for a minute or two more, and then if there's nothing else going on, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. You know what will really get you over the edge if you're trying to get to that next level of picking, or like maybe you're just doing like a two-note string stuff or any of that stuff. A big way to do it is to do triple picking, and so it's like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. I messed up there even. You have to think about each new string: down 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, up on the first one, down on the second one, like that. Which is really difficult to do, but it really makes you focus on the note that you're making that transition on, which is super helpful, I think. Super helpful. All right, everybody have a good day. I appreciate you hopping in. I'm sorry, is that Johan? That's my bad, dude. I thought I said John. My eyes are getting bad. All right, everybody have a good day. Later.